Barbados. They come for the warm Caribbean Sea, the sandy beaches, and the hospitality and charm of Bajans, who are proud to call their home the gem of the Caribbean. In recent years, many visitors have been foregoing the pleasures of the sea, at least for one day in March, and head to the Garrison Savannah for the Cockspur Cup. Celebrating its 15th year, the Cockspur Cup has evolved into the most prestigious race in the Southern Caribbean. The race has also become an event that attracts new visitors from around the world. New York native Tom Hill recently joined the Barbados Tourism Authority. He believes the race represents the future of tourism.
Absolutely. When I started in the airlines back in the 70s, actually 1970, forbid. But when I started, I mean, it was easy. Just put out some seats. Where do you go? We go to the sun. We got water, blue-green water, we got sand, and we got sun. What else do you want? Nothing. Travelers got a lot more sophisticated. And they're looking for places to go where they can do different things. Barbados has history. It's got culture. It's got heritage. We just have so much going, but what we decided to do was to make sure that people have plenty to do. We're creating events. And that's our new bag, so to speak. We're literally creating festivals, sporting events, and so forth. Something happening, at least something major every month. We're not there yet. But by the end of '97, we should have a major project of something going on every month of the year. The Cockspur Cup, of course, 15th year. So we've had some good practice at how to do this. Luciano Pavarotti has agreed to sing at our opera festival. We have an opera festival in Barbados. People don't know that. They're going to learn about it. And I always said there's three things that a country like this needs. You need people, which we have. You need product, which we certainly have. And I guess the third P is the promotion. And having two of the three, we now plan to take the promotion of the island to new levels. And when people are trying to decide in Canada where to go, I think there's only one choice, right here in Barbados.
Alright, so we're just off to Chalky Mount Potteries now, which will be our next stop. They've been doing pottery in the area for about 300 years, so it's just a tradition that's passed down from generation to generation.
Sightseeing tours are still the best way to enjoy all that Barbados has to offer. Bajan Tours is one of the island's newest tour companies.
Recently, there have been a lot more smaller operators come into the market. I guess, yeah, about 5 years ago, there were some big guys, and they would pack their buses and go out on a day. Today, there's a lot more competition, and competition is always healthy. It's always the best thing for the consumer, because you can get basically any type of tour that you want. Small, as in 2 people, 10 people like us, or the big ones with like 30, 35 people.
My secret to success is be innovative. Never stick to the old tours or whatever. Pick spots out, nice spots, and work around that area. Service is always the main thing. But most Barbadians, we have a very good personality, so it's just like an everyday thing for me. The main thing is meeting people from all walks of life, different cultures, and being proud and advertising Barbados as such. Selling Barbados, so to speak, because I'm very proud of my country.
And we try to be more like friends rather than I'm your tour guide, I'm your leader, follow me. We try to mingle and get to know people a bit better. We think that works well.
Like all islands in the Caribbean, tourism is the foundation of the Barbados economy. Canadians have always had a special relationship with the island, and research has shown that most visitors return to Barbados. As a result, hotels continue to upgrade their facilities, like the popular Crystal Cove.
The Canadian market has always been one of the big producers of tourism to Barbados. The attachment with Canada and Barbados goes back to the fact that we're both Commonwealth countries, and there seems to be a lot of common bonding between them. from an educational standpoint, from an immigration standpoint. This property was reopened in November of 1994 after a complete refurbishment. St. James Beach Hotels added Crystal Cove to the existing 3 properties, which were Conley Club, Coconut Creek, and Tamarind Cove Hotel. We, as a group, have made a concerted effort to refurbishing the physical plant. And as a result of that, your repeat clientele, they see the changes, they see the positive changes, and they appreciate the fact that you know, we are reinvesting in our properties, and they're benefiting. So the a win-win situation right now.
Guests at Crystal Cove were recently treated to a lunchtime fashion show as Daphne Hunt presented some of her latest styles.
I would describe my fashion as cool, comfy, and casual island living clothing. That's the name of our clothing line, Island Living Clothing. Very cool, comfy, and casual. Nearly all of our line is 100% cotton, and the clothing are hand-painted to suit the style or the person's color scheme. Whatever you want painted, we will do it for you. And we make earrings and necklaces and jewelry to match. Well, I got into my business from the time I was a little girl shelling on the island, and I had so many shells I didn't know what to do with them, so I created things with them. My daughters work along with me, and we create a whole line of ceramics, shell mirrors, and things created with shells and fish scales. I do bridal bouquets and pictures behind glass. My pictures have gone all over the world, and my shell mirrors.
We're known as the House of the Daiquiri. The best daiquiris in Barbados. Some people think the best in the world. It's the only Canadian-owned bar on the island. Basically, my wife and I are both Canadian citizens, and you know, we've got, you can see behind the bar, we've got every Canadian license plate in there. We're well known, and you know, we're very Canadian, very hockey conscious also.
In the turquoise sea, somewhere between your imagination and what's real, there is an island, Barbados, just beyond your imagination. For information, call us or your travel agent.
Okay, everybody stop, hold your pots, hold your sticks. Listen, join
Barbados is very much a sports-minded country, but this is a sight rarely, if ever, seen. Hockey, like snow, is something Bajans have only seen on television. This team is part of the Barbados Special Olympics program for the mentally handicapped. They've got their sights set on the 1997 World Winter Games to be held in Toronto and Collingwood, Ontario.
Special Olympics started in Barbados around 1978. The actual floor hockey plan, we started that about 3 years ago. We had a workshop in Grenada, and we started from there. In 1997, hopefully we're going to be definitely in Toronto, Canada.
Excuse me, look. He came from behind here and he came in and he did that. The stick is still inside the circle. You can't do that. All right, you have to be outside the circle.
We have been practicing constantly for over the past year. All right, we've been doing, as you say, the workouts, and we've been fortunate over the past couple of weeks to have someone from Canada give us some assistance in terms of, you know, our exercises and so on. They are taking to it in a great way. They enjoy floor hockey, and to be quite honest, everybody who comes out to see floor hockey whenever we play, they enjoy it too, and you know, they want to become a part of our floor hockey team.
Hold on, give me a chance to think. Yeah. Yeah, man. Are you all there? Okay, listen.
They're very different, each one of them, but our goal is to get them working on the court as a team.
And it's working.
Oh, yes, it's working.
You've got the team to put together now. You've got a big trip coming up to Canada, but what can the country do for you at present?
We need support. We need help from corporate Barbados. We need clothing. Another thing that I've been looking at as well is nutrition for our athletes. Some of them don't eat adequately. They don't, eat the things they should eat. And that's one of the areas that we think, we need to look at, because the athletes are keen, the athletes are interested, they want to play, and they come out and they do their best, but they still cannot put out the extra because it's not in there to put out. They need, some extra vitamins, some extra nutrition, that kind of thing. Anything that can be done, we would like help from Barbados, yes. My special athletes told us last week, let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. He told us that. He reminded us of that.
The Barbados horse racing industry has been on the upswing over the past several years for a number of reasons. A sports lottery has provided for improvements to the Garrison track, while the Cockspur Cup has attracted international attention to the island. As a result, the quality of the horse population has improved substantially. Trainer Charlie Jones was born and raised in Barbados. He, like his fellow horsemen, is enthusiastic about the future of racing in Barbados. Charlie's son Jono is a regular rider at the Garrison, but for many years, Charlie Jones was the #1 jockey in the Caribbean.
I started as a groom in 1954. I had a groom's license, but I was at boarding school. So I used to be able to do it at weekends and holidays, and so, but I got a write-in license, a jockey's license in 1956, and I won my first race in August 56. And I rode until a bit of 57, and the headmaster said, at this school we don't produce jockeys, we produce doctors and lawyers and engineers. So they stopped me right in until I finished school.
One of Charlie's biggest thrills was receiving the Member of the British Empire honor from Queen Elizabeth, whom he first met in the 60s. Today, Charlie has become very involved in the breeding business, and his #1 stallion is a Vice-Regent Canadian bred called Nosferatu, a brother to Devil's Bag and Glorious Song.
We brought in Nosferatu from France to run in the Gold Cup in 93 or 94. He ran third, and he won another race and he broke down. We brought him to stud duties, not realizing how valuable he was. And since then, from the time his 2-year-olds came to the track, I have dominated the locally bred horses. The other boat coming in, I think tomorrow, Ponza. You know, if they got one, you will get it. How is son doing with the boat? We're in the fishing complex here in the Bridgetown Harbor. I have 3 long-line fishing boats, and I've been in this business for 35 years. This side of my life supports the other side, so it's very important to me. We catch tuna and swordfish for export, and all the tourists like flying fish, and they like the way the Bajans prepare the fish. And it's very good, and everything is done right here on Barbados. Nothing is imported.
As they come racing towards that home turn, it's Barda who picked it up in front.
Charlie hopes to win this year's Cockspur Cup with French-bred Veredique, but nothing will probably equal the thrill of winning the Cockspur in 1990.
As they come inside the final furlong, it is on the inside, Barda going well. Sanford Prince with a tremendous run down the homestead. It is Sanford Prince and Barda and Sanford Prince. Barda and Sanford Prince. Barda wins it by a length from Sanford Prince. What a tremendous ride.
The Cockspur Cup is really the biggest thing in racing. Now they have people who are really good racing people coming into the Gold Cup and bringing good horses, but it's the best thing I think ever happened to Barbados races. We're the envy of all the other Caribbean islands with that race. I like the simple life of just breeding horses here in Barbados, and I like everything about Barbados, so I don't have any regrets.
You do it all over again?
All over again. With the exception of a few of the falls I had, if I could avoid that, I would do it all over again.
The 15th running of the Cockspur Cup is now just minutes away. Thousands of Bajans and visitors alike have crammed into every conceivable vantage point at the Garrison Savannah racetrack. Barbados is not only a favorite tourist spot for Canadians, but it's also the place to be for Canadian horsemen. Trainer Laurie Silvera never misses the event. Jockey Emil Ramsamy, a regular at Woodbine in Toronto, is hoping to win his 4th Cockspur Cup. Chris Griffith is a prominent jockey at Fort Erie. He grew up in Barbados and is hoping for his first Cockspur win today aboard Rambrino. His brother Ricky won in 1984. Michael Stout is one of Europe's foremost trainers. This will be his first chance to see the race, and it's also an opportunity to visit with old friends.
I was born in this island, quite a long time ago now, and actually from the time I was 6, we lived about half a mile away from the track, just half a mile from that 5-furlong gate. So it all started then. And when I left school, I went to England, worked in stables, and I have remained there, been there just over 30 years, and I now train in Newmarket. You know, it is the event of the year, and I think that people that only have a peripheral interest in racing, they will come here on Cockspur Day. It is my first experience, but I have heard them telling me about it and how much they look forward to it. You know, cricketers, hockey players, tennis players, they want to be here on this particular day because of its great atmosphere.
I've been covering the Cockspur Gold Cup since it started back in '82, and it's grown tremendously over the years. There's always been inter-island racing from Jamaica, Trinidad and Barbados for well over 100 years, but with the advent of the Cockspur Gold Cup, and certainly the thrust by the tourist boards, especially in Barbados and the Turf Club, we've seen an influx of visitors, and now in the last couple of years, we've seen prominent racehorse owners from all parts of the world who holiday in Barbados, people like Robert Sangster, bringing their horses, and that has built the Cockspur into the premier race in the South Caribbean.
13 horses will go to the post, with over $60,000 going to the winner.
Well, this year the field is exceptional. We have a Canadian horse in the race called Making It Happen, who's raced at Woodbine and done extremely well. He's had one start in Barbados, going the Cockspur distance of 9 furlongs. Finished second, but obviously he wasn't fully warmed up for that race. Since then he's been exercising very well here at the Garrison, and I expect that he will win. There's also a 3-year-old American colt called Surya Bhagwan. He was named for the Hindu sun god, and he's really a character. He's had 4 starts in Barbados. He's won all 4. Some of them he got into all sorts of trouble and then was finishing like a train in the end. I expect that he will go well. He's lightly weighted. Then, of course, is the defending champion, Asian Jane. She was off the track for a while, looks well again, and probably coming to this race about a gallop short. But trainer Bill Marshall is a good trainer, and I wouldn't be too surprised if she runs well. The track record holder is highly honored. He is a 4-year-old now, and I expect that he will go well. He's the best steer in the race anyway, and if the pace is fast, he'll be running on in the end. Veridic, a French horse, son of Nashwan, the Epsom Derby winner. He raced here twice, won both starts, but he's been off the track since New Year's Day, and a lot of people are hoping that he will run well. But I expect that Making It Happen will make it happen.
Yeah, well, I was originally from the UK and have settled in Bermuda now for the last 3 years. I visit Barbados on a regular basis during the winter time, and I've got a few friends interested in the horse racing business, connected, one of which is Paul Locke, who won the previous 2 Cockspur, 94 and 95. So we went up to his home one day and saw this wonderful trophy, and he got us enthused about racing in Barbados, and this race in particular. And so we set out a plan to try and get a horse for the race.
It's been a big thing for us, really. You know, I mean, I think it's just wonderful. You know, I've enjoyed the run up to it, and I'm enjoying the day, and it's just amazing. I can't believe it. You know?
You really want to take this trophy home, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Definitely.
It's
definitely.
the trophy.
Well, the light is flashing. The owned orders for the 1996 Cockspur Cup, and away they go. And at the back of the field, Mariposa Lily came out quite slowly, but straight to the front, the one that streaks into the lead. Going for the lead immediately. That one is Leading Article towards the outside and well away is Surya Bhagwan. Asian Jane is right up on the pace as well. But as they come around that home turn and come down the stretch for the first time, it's Leading Article in front, Asian Jane in second position, Making It Happen right upon the pace. Surya Bhagwan is 4 wide. Down on the inside, Rambrino comes next. Towards between horses, Bruton Stream, highly honored up on the outside. Past the stand for the first time, and now it's Making It Happen that takes command. He's in front of going the first quarter in 25 and 1/5. In second position is Asian Jin. On the outside, that one is Soria Bagwan, Rambrino on the inside, towards the outside. Verity comes next. Leading Article has been relegated right down the field. And the last one at this stage, that one is Adam's Rascal.
Parker, the leader, is still making it happen. Asian Jane. Soraya Bagwan goes well. Then comes Rambrino. As they meet the rising ground, Rambrino is there. Then I can see Talahorny goes well. Bruton Stream on the inside. Mariposa Lily, highly honored with a lot to do. Leading Article, the trailer. Way out of it is Adams Rascal. They get to the top of the hill and it is making it happen. And Soraya Bagwan, Asian Jane is under pressure. They come over the top of the hill and the leader is still making it happen on the inside. On the outside, Soraya Bagwan. Then Rambrino goes well. Asian Jane is there. Then Mariposa Lily is in it as well. And then on the outside, I can see the hood. I can see the hood of Bruton Stream. They come back to the top of the hill and it's at the top of the straight, and on the inside it is making it happen. Rambrino goes best of all on the outside, so in the middle is highly honored, looking very strong on the inside. Mariposa Lily is there as well, but it is Rambrino who comes to the front and begins to run away from them inside the final 150 yards. It is Rambrino from making it happen. Soraya Bagwan, Mariposa Lily on the outside. Cyan Gold. Between horses comes Bruton Stream. Talahorny on the inside. A very disappointing, highly honored. Then on the inside is Asian Jane. The last one is Adams Rascal in a moment.
So Rambrino, an 11-to-1 long shot, outduels the favorite, making it happen for the victory. It was the first Cockspur win for jockey Chris Griffith, as well as trainer Sean Hall, who served his apprenticeship at Woodbine in Toronto.
Just tell me what this means to you right now.
I feel I'm in heaven. Heaven.
You know what?
It's good. It's very good, Brad. Did the best thing in my career right now. I'm very glad I did it for Robert Sangster. It took him good, only him to do it. Thank you.
Well, I won. You believe it? Yeah, it was, you know, this horse has got a lot of talent. He just didn't get a chance to show it for a couple of times, and you know, he's got a lot of class. But, you know, the favorite was there. When did you know you had it? Was it that?
You know, I wasn't too sure because he's a horse that you might think you have him and then he kicks in again. So I just wanted to see it.
What does it mean to you?
A lot. This race means a lot to me. You know.
Dad was here?
Yeah, my dad is right there.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Come on, Eli. Shake your butt out, Griffey. Shake your butt out,
Well,
it's like Northern Dancer. I just can't throw a bad son.
It's not the Kentucky Derby to the Queen's Plate.
In Barbados, it's equivalent to all those races. Yes? Who's the best? You would have Brad, you would have to be a dad to know how I feel. Proud is not the word to describe it.
The best versus the best.
Proud is not the word to describe it. I wish I knew a better word. But I have something to do with proud. Really.
Yeah, Reggie.
Nice talk.
Beautiful Barbados, gem on the Caribbean Sea. Come back to my island, Barbados. Come